The Tokyo Motor Show. For the first time in its 67-year history, the Tokyo Motor Show was cancelled for 2021 due to rising cases of COVID-19. The show, originally called All Japan Motor Show, was first held in an outdoor venue called Hibiya Park. The show was considered a success with 547,000 visitors over 10 days and 254 exhibitors displaying 267 vehicles. But of the 267, only 17 of them were passenger cars, as the show was dominated by commercial vehicles. In 1958, due to construction of a subway and underground parking lot near Hibiya Park, the show was shifted to the Korakuen bicycle racing track. The show, as the previous year, was marred by heavy rain. In 1959, the event moved indoor to its newly opened Harumi Showplace venue, which was 3 times the size of its previous venue. The 1962 show attracted more than 1 million visitors to view 410 vehicles from 284 exhibitors. Starting in 1973, the organizers decided to suspend the 1974 show due to the international energy crisis, and the show became a biennial event. The show relocated to the Convention and Exhibition Center Makuhari Messe in 1989. Then its current venue, Tokyo Big Sight, in 2011. Due to high public demand for vehicles in everyday use and the fact that concept cars dominate the show returned to being an annual event from 2001 to 2005, with a show for passenger cars and motorcycle in odd-numbered years and smaller shows for commercial vehicles in 2002 and 2004. However, from 2007 onwards, the event has once again returned to a biennial schedule which combines both passenger and commercial vehicles, including motorcycles and auto parts. The first Tokyo Motor Show was held in Hibiya Park from April 20 to April 29, 1954. Of the 267 vehicles on display, only 17 were passenger cars, which reflected the paucity of personal family transport in Japan at the time. Trucks, buses, and motorcycles made up most of the exhibits. Approximately 547,000 visitors attended the show over the 10 days, where the most prominent cars were the Austin A40, Hillman Minx, and the newly introduced Renault 4CV, as well as domestic vehicles such as the Prince Sedan Ash, Toyota Toyopet Super RH, Datsun Passenger Deluxe, Auto Sedan and Van, and three-wheeled vehicles from Daihatsu. The second Tokyo Motor Show was held over 12 days, from May 7 to May 18, 1955. Almost 785,000 visitors attended, among them HIH Prince Akihito. The highlights of the passenger cars on display were the new Datsun 110, Toyopet Crown RS and Toyopet Master RR. The second All Japan Motor Show was held in 1955 at Hibiya Park, the same venue as the previous year. The show was extended to 12 days. Exhibitors still focused on commercial vehicles, such as trucks. That year, notably, in the light-duty truck category, advanced models were displayed, including Toyota's four-wheel light truck SKB, which will be renamed as Toyos in 1956, Nissan's Datsun 120 truck, and Fuji Shimizu's 1.5-ton class four-wheel truck. These models featured both excellent driving performance and handling stability that well outperformed conventional three-wheel light trucks. New passenger cars also were presented on the motor show's stages. Toyota unveiled its 1.5-liter engine class small cars such as Toyopet Crown and Toyopet Master, while Nissan's Datsun 110 also made its debut. These cars were signs of the start of the motorization of Japanese society with made-in-Japan brands. Meanwhile, the Imperial Prince visited the motor show for the first time. Passenger cars began to assume the greatest prominence at the third Tokyo Motor Show, which opened on April 20, 1956, over a 10-day period at Hibiya Park. This was primarily due to an initiative spearheaded by the Ministry of International Trade and Industry called the People's Car Plan, or the National Car Project, announced in May 1955. Although its stated target of a 4-seat car capable of 100 km per hour and available for 150,000 yen was unrealistic. Despite being twice the national average income at the time, it was still only 1/5 of what a typical vehicle cost. It was given credit as the spur for domestic automakers to strive to lower their prices. From this year, Exhibited products have been grouped by vehicle type: truck, pickup truck, passenger car, two-wheeler, and motorcycle. This measure was taken to provide more merits for visitors because the majority of them were particularly interested in passenger cars. A poster of the motor show carried the slogan, "Japanese automobiles at a glance." The Japanese government also had planned to release the national car at an affordable price range of around 250,000 yen. At that time, passenger cars were still very expensive for the general public in reality. At the same time, they had a premonition that the passenger cars they dreamt of would gradually be getting closer to their lives. Passenger cars became the boom of the motor show. Accordingly, although only 527,000 people visited the fourth show between May 9 and May 19,